Let's go Dolphins! After a season that almost killed me with rage, the Miami Dolphins are looking ahead to the 2025 draft and the changes needed to try to achieve a better result this time around. In the last few hours, we received news that has many fans excited. I'll tell you everything, but first, make sure you've already hit the like button if you've been a Miami Dolphins fan for over 25 years. If possible, write something like this: "My dream is to see the Dolphins in the Super Bowl." Man, I still believe that day will come. Now I'm going to tell you something that's been on fire among fans and analysts alike. Could Texas Longhorns quarterback Quinn Ewers be the Dolphins' potential pick in the upcoming NFL draft? This story isn't just speculation. It's rooted in some fascinating developments that could have long-term implications for Miami's quarterback depth and future strategy. So, let's break it down. Quinn Ewers officially declared for the 2025 NFL draft earlier this morning, a move that is generating a lot of buzz. A highly touted recruit out of high school, Ewers initially joined Ohio State before transferring to Texas, where he spent 3 seasons as a starter. With an impressive 21-5 record and a history of leading deep runs in the college football playoffs, Ewers certainly has the pedigree of a top-tier prospect. However, beneath the surface lies a more complicated story, one that Miami fans will need to unravel carefully. Despite his glowing high school career and glimpses of promise at Texas, Ewers' stock as an NFL prospect has its ups and downs. Over the past 2 years, he hasn't shown the kind of developmental trajectory scouts look for. Statistically, his 2024 numbers mirrored his 2023 season, with some areas even showing regression. While his touchdowns saw a modest uptick, his completion percentage took a notable dip, and his interception numbers increased. For a player once hyped as a potential top 5 pick, this stagnation raises red flags, especially in a year with a relatively weak quarterback draft class. One of the most compelling aspects of this discussion revolves around the idea that Ewers might be a Mike McDaniel quarterback. NFL analyst Brett Coleman went as far as to say there's no quarterback in this draft more suited for McDaniel's system. Let's unpack why. At Texas, under coach Steve Sarkisian, Ewers played in an NFL-style offense that emphasized quick decision-making, heavy use of RPOs, run-pass options, and a lot of pre-snap motion. These elements are strikingly similar to McDaniel's scheme in Miami. This familiarity could make Ewers a natural fit as a developmental backup for Tua Tagovailoa. Yet, for all his potential, Ewers has glaring weaknesses that make him a high-risk pick. Let's talk mechanics. His footwork is inconsistent, often leading to inaccurate throws. His pocket awareness has also been a major concern. When pressured, Ewers struggles to keep his composure, a flaw that becomes painfully evident in high-stakes games. In fact, the gap between his performance in a clean pocket versus under pressure is one of the widest among draft-eligible quarterbacks. His completion percentage drops nearly 20% when facing pressure, and his decision-making becomes increasingly erratic. This is a critical area of concern for a team like Miami, which has dealt with its fair share of quarterback injuries and protection issues in recent years. Durability is another red flag. Throughout his 3 seasons at Texas, Ewers missed significant playing time due to injuries. For a team like Miami, which has already dealt with Tua's injury history, adding another quarterback with durability concerns might not be the wisest move. Do you really want a developmental backup who might struggle to stay on the field? Now, let's talk about the draft strategy. The Dolphins have 10 picks in the upcoming draft, but their needs extend far beyond quarterback depth. While some analysts argue that Miami should draft a quarterback as early as the 3rd or 4th round, others, including Kyle Krabs from the 33rd team, see Ewers as a 5th-round pick at best. Krabs even compared Ewers to Skylar Thompson, who served as Miami's backup before signing with Pittsburgh. This comparison underscores the idea that Ewers might not be the game-changer some fans hope for, but rather a project quarterback with a ceiling yet to be defined. Miami's draft strategy should also account for alternatives. Several other quarterbacks, like Curtis Rohr, Kyle McCord, Dylan Gabriel, and Jackson Dart, could provide better value and less risk on day 3. Each of these players brings a unique skill set, and their readiness for the NFL might outpace Ewers at this stage of their development. Despite these concerns, there's a case to be made for Ewers as a low-cost, high-reward gamble. His arm talent is undeniable, and his ability to make quick decisions in an RPO-heavy scheme aligns well with Miami's offensive philosophy. If the Dolphins are confident in their ability to develop his mechanics and improve his pocket awareness, Ewers could be a worthwhile investment. However, any pick before the 5th round seems like a stretch given his current profile. As we look ahead, the Dolphins face a critical decision regarding their backup quarterback situation. Whether it's through free agency, where options like Andy Dalton, Carson Wentz, or Drew Lock could provide immediate stability, or through the draft, Miami must weigh its options carefully. Ewers is certainly on the radar, but he's far from a slam dunk choice. So, Dolphins fans, now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Quinn Ewers would be a good fit for Miami's system? Is he worth the risk as a day 3 pick, or should the team look elsewhere for its developmental quarterback? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions drive this community, and we can't wait to hear what you think. Ultimately, the conversation around Quinn Ewers and his potential fit with the Miami Dolphins speaks to a larger theme: how the team is planning for both the present and the future at the quarterback position. With Tua Tagovailoa firmly entrenched as the starter, it's clear that Miami's offense thrives when Tua is healthy and operating within Mike McDaniel's system. However, Tua's well-documented injury history leaves a pressing need for a reliable backup quarterback who can step in when needed without drastically disrupting the flow of the offense. This context makes the idea of drafting a developmental quarterback both intriguing and necessary. The Dolphins front office has demonstrated a knack for finding talent in later rounds, and with 10 picks in the 2025 draft, they have the flexibility to take a calculated risk. The question is whether Quinn Ewers is the right gamble to make. Ewers' ability to thrive in an RPO-heavy offense is undoubtedly one of his most attractive qualities. His quick decision-making and ability to deliver accurate short passes align closely with what McDaniel demands of his quarterbacks. Additionally, his arm strength and ability to throw deep when the opportunity arises add another layer to his potential. These traits make him a natural candidate to learn and grow under McDaniel's system, especially with time to refine his mechanics and improve his footwork. However, the concerns cannot be overlooked. The inconsistency in his game, coupled with a troubling history of injuries, raises legitimate doubts about his ability to handle the rigors of the NFL. While developmental players are expected to come with flaws, the specific areas where Ewers struggles, such as his performance under pressure and his poor pocket awareness, are fundamental to success at the next level. For Miami, which relies heavily on precise execution and timing, these deficiencies could pose significant challenges. Let's also not forget the opportunity cost of selecting Ewers. The Dolphins have a roster filled with potential and a real opportunity to make a deep playoff run if the right pieces fall into place. Using a draft pick, even a late one, on a developmental quarterback means passing on prospects who could contribute immediately in areas of need, such as the offensive line, secondary, or defensive depth. While quarterback is the most important position in football, it's not the only one that requires attention, especially for a team looking to solidify itself as a contender. This is where the debate becomes nuanced. If Miami is committed to drafting a quarterback in the later rounds, is Ewers the best choice? As previously mentioned, there are several other intriguing options, such as Dylan Gabriel, Kyle McCord, and Jackson Dart, who could potentially offer a higher floor or more NFL readiness. Each of these players brings unique qualities that might fit better within Miami's immediate plans while still offering developmental upside. At the same time, the Dolphins could explore the veteran market to address their backup quarterback needs. Adding a seasoned player like Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston would provide immediate stability and allow the team to focus its draft picks on other critical areas. This approach would also give Miami the luxury of developing a young quarterback over a longer period without the pressure of needing immediate results. So, Dolphins fans, now that we've laid out the full picture, Ewers' strengths, weaknesses, and how he might fit into Miami's plans, what do you think? Is Quinn Ewers worth the gamble as a late-round pick, or should the Dolphins look elsewhere for their developmental quarterback? Would you prefer to see the team focus on adding a veteran backup instead? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest Miami Dolphins news and rumors. Together, we'll navigate this exciting offseason and gear up for what promises to be another thrilling chapter in Dolphins history.